attached to the story on the homepage.
Despite efforts to curb violence in neighborhoods where the shooting happened, residents told Fox News' Paul Shankman today that they're still concerned with gang activity in the area. Paul continues our live coverage now. He's been asking what can be done to bring gangs under control. Paul.
Well, Elliot, this is the headquarters for the North Patrol. It's where the officers who were shot last night were assigned. It also includes the highest crime districts in the city. And you can imagine, if police are fed up with this, just how people who live in the neighborhoods feel.
When you hear on the news murders every other day, then we have a serious problem with the gang activities here in the St. Louis area.
And she should know, because Jamila Nasheed used to be in a gang. Now she's a state rep who says it's time for drastic action.
I'm not saying we should waterboard. The department needs to take a stronger look in terms of how they can strengthen their interrogation process.
Nasheed thinks turning up the heat on people known to have outstanding warrants could extract better information. In the meantime, the group Better Family Life is working the front end of the problem. Starting this Saturday, it begins a year-long project called Put Down the Pistol.
We believe that going door to door is the best way to communicate the message of conflict resolution and encouraging our young people to put down the pistol.
But what about better ways to deal with those who pick up the pistol? Beth Huebner is a criminologist at UMSL, and she says over the past couple of years, good progress is being made against gang violence by targeting convicted felons found with guns and then bumping up the charges.
The U.S. Attorney has continued to enhance prosecution of those individuals where they would have just gone in the state system before, but now they can go to the federal system and have longer mandatory penalties.
Meanwhile, Jamila Nasheed says, along with tougher interrogation, there is the issue of education.
We have 12,000 young men that have literally dropped out of the St. Louis public school system. They're not being educated. So if they're not being educated, they're going to be incarcerated. They're going to reap havoc in our communities.
So how much worse is the crime problem? Well, you may find it hard to believe, but actually it's not worse. Statistically, according to the criminologist we talked to, crime is at its lowest levels in St. Louis and across the country since the 1960s, even violent crime. But clearly the firepower that criminals have these days is about as bad as it's ever been. Live in North St. Louis, Paul Shankman, Fox 2 News.
Many more